Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel 100% Pure Elvis. Thank you for returning to my channel, and if you are new to the 100% Pure Elvis channel, thank you for joining and welcome aboard. So I have two more Elvis Presley related albums that were issued in the 1970s. One of them was a 1978 issue and the other album was a 1979 issue. The first album that I want to share with you all is Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups 2. And I'm going to be very honest with you all here. For me, I do not understand why RCA released this album. Again, for me, who were they aiming this album at? It's just there's nothing about this album that I like whatsoever. But obviously, great image of Elvis there on the front cover. That's from the early 1970s. And on the back, again, another great image of Elvis in concert here. And for me, I just do not like anything about this front cover design except for the image of Elvis. I mean, what's this all about? Again, for me, I think it's a release that RCA shouldn't have done. And it is a gatefold. So look at the middle. I mean, again, I love the fact that you've got the lyrics to the songs that are included on the album, but what is it with all the doodles, like children doodles? I mean, was this really aimed at the younger market? I don't think so. I don't like being that negative about any Elvis album, but for me, this is an album that, again, I feel should not have even entered the Elvis Presley um, public. I mean, buying public, sorry. I mean, obviously the title Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups too. I mean, really? I mean, personally, I don't understand the rationale behind this release from RCA. And what's your thoughts on it? Let's get to the track listing in question. Side A, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Wooden Heart, Five Sleepy Heads, Pop It on a String, Angel, Old MacDonald. Side B, How Would You Like to Be, Cotton Candy Land, Old Shep, Big Boots, and finally Have a Happy. So obviously the songs included on this album are aimed at children. I absolutely don't get me started on Old MacDonald. I absolutely despise that song. Believe it or not, I'm not overly keen on Old Shep either. And again, Five Sleepyheads I'm not keen on. The rest of the songs on this album I can get on with. I mean, I love Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Pop It on a String, and I do like Have a Happy from Change of Habit. But again, let me talk you through the catalogue number for Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups 2. CPL1 2901, CPL1 2901. And let me share with you the vinyl inside. And again, it's on the black middle RCA Victor label with the HMV Nipper dog. And let me get out the vinyl. And as you can see, in great condition. But I am going to be honest with you guys, it's an album that I just do not play. I just can't remember the last time I played it, possibly when I added it to my collection, which was some time ago. And again, just get it back in its sleeve. For me, this album gets a lot of negative feedback from the Elvis community, and I can see why. I do believe it's an album that absolutely RCA should not have released to the Elvis buying public. Again, I think it was a bit of an embarrassment for us Elvis fans to even contemplate purchasing this. I've only purchased it because it's Elvis, but again, this has to rank as one of my least favourite albums to feature Elvis. So I just want to say I'm sorry that I've come across quite negative here. But again, I just do not like the album cover. I don't like nothing about the album whatsoever. I don't like the doodles. I don't like the design of the album. I don't like how RCA got this out. And the track listing is quite weak in my personal opinion. So please share your thoughts on this album release from 1978. So that is my first review of Elvis Sings for Children and Grown Ups Too. Now, the next album I'm going to share with you is very different indeed, and the album was issued in 1979 on the budget label K-Tel, and it is simply called Elvis Love Songs. And again, gonna be quite negative here. Great image of Elvis. I think that's from 1975, but I just don't like that front cover image at all. Why couldn't they just have the proper image of Elvis on the front? I don't know. Wasn't they given permission to use a proper image of Elvis? I don't think so, because on the back they've used images of Elvis. But again, I just do not like this image whatsoever on the front cover. What's your thoughts? The catalogue number for Elvis Love Songs. Trying to find it for you all. NE1082. NE1082. And the track listing, I haven't showed you the back. So on the back, like Aloha from Hawaii, that's again from 1975, and again another one from Aloha from Hawaii. So the track listing on this K-Tel issued release from 1979, we have side 1, It's Now or Never, She's Not You, Love Letters, Anything That's Part of You, Surrender, Kentucky Rain, Suspicious Minds, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, I Just Can't Help Believing, The Wonder of You, side 2, I Can't Help Falling in Love, Always on My Mind, Love Me Tender, Loving You, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, Wooden Heart, Are You Lonesome Tonight, Just Pretend, Until It's Time for You to Go, and finally Memories. What great track listing for such a budget album. Second to none. I just think, well done from K-Tel. So different from the other album that I have just shared with you, Elvis Sings for Children and Grown Ups Too. So different. I mean, the other album is an official release from RCA, where this is just a budget album release. And again, I know what I would prefer to come out onto the Elvis market, and obviously it is this one. Let me share with you the vinyl inside. Again, comes in a white sleeve and with the K-Tel label here, and the vinyl is just your normal black vinyl. There we go. Again, in great condition. So for me, as I'm continuing sharing with you all my Elvis Presley albums from the 1970s, again, for me, I don't really like being negative about any Elvis related album release, but again, Elvis Sings for Children and Grown Ups Too it's just an album that I do not go to. It's an album that I just do not play very regularly whatsoever. I don't think RCA should have released it to the Elvis Presley buying public. Again, they might have thought the younger Elvis fans might have purchased it for their children. But yes, I think we could have done without that album. And obviously, we had the 1979 issue of Elvis Love Songs on the KTAL network, on the KTAL label, and again, so much better. But again, two more albums that were issued in the 1970s featuring Elvis. What's your favourite out of the two? Do you disagree with me on Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups too? You're more than happy to disagree. And again, please share your reasons why you think it's a good album, why you think it's an album that RCA should have released. I haven't seen many positive feedback on that album. I've looked at other Elvis related channels, and when they talk about this specific album, not very favorably on some other Elvis channels. And Love Songs, I just think it's a corker of a budget album from Kato. Great tracks on that throughout Elvis's career. But yeah, when I go back to Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups too, I mean, the songs are, Old MacDonald, no. Old Shep, I'm not a big fan of. Five Sleepyheads, no. So, but the rest of them I can just about get on with. It's got some classic early singles from Elvis, Wooden Heart, and Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear. But again, I just think it's an album that should have been well left alone. And again, thank you for taking the time out to return to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis. I hope you've enjoyed my upload on these two albums, and I'm sorry if I've offended anyone on the review of Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups too. That is my general feelings on the album, and I think the album from 1979, Elvis Love Songs, is a great release from the budget label KTAL. Now, the book on the easel behind me there is Elvis 1956. It is a great hardback book. It's the first edition. I have done an upload on that book many months ago on my channel. Now, I have been asked to do a follow-on review of this book. I will be doing it over the weekend, so please keep an eye out for that, or failing that, go back to my original upload of Elvis 56 book review, and please share your thoughts on that as well. But look, thank you all for returning to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis. As always, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music, and love to you all, and I will speak soon, everybody. Bye bye.